Hi you guys, it's MissPhaShunta here with Maya from Cutting It in ATL, and also the owner of Walk In Weaves in Atlanta and going worldwide. How are you, beautiful?
I'm well. How are you, gorgeous?
I'm doing great. Now you're speaking today at the Ladies Who's Brunch event. How is that? How does that feel?
You know, I'm excited. I'm excited to share things that I've learned as an entrepreneur along the way. Really exciting to see young women coming together at such an early age to be entrepreneurial, to spearhead things such as this, so that other young people can be inspired to go out there and be their own boss and do it and know that boss is more than a hashtag on Instagram.
And you're definitely a boss. Let's just make that clear.
More than a hashtag.
What does women empowerment mean to you?
Women empowerment to me is other women supporting women and really understanding that we're each other's ally, not each other's enemy, and what's for you is for you. So just because you're successful, I don't have to be jealous of that or envious of that, because a win for you is a win for me.
Awesome. Now, how did you get started in the beauty industry?
Oh my Jesus, I've been in the beauty business since I was 12.
Wow.
Yeah, I grew up in a salon. So I've been in and around the salon business, tried to leave the business. I'm a real estate broker, and it's always drawn me back. So I always say that beauty has taken care of me my whole life.
And how's the shop doing? I've seen you open up different locations as well. So how's that coming along, that planning process? I know it's probably stressful, but how is that?
It's a lot. It's a lot, but the business is growing in a different way. So Walk In Weaves is one company and Pretty Hair is another business. So Pretty Hair is the business that we are opening all across the country right now. We have 3 stores opening next week.
Really?
Yeah, one in
Where?
One in Florida, one in California, and one in North Carolina.
Oh, that's awesome. That's very awesome. Now, will there be, I know there'll be a second season. When is that going to air?
You know, we are always in the dark. We don't know. We're filming now. So when I leave here today, I have to go and film today. But we should be wrapped in about another month, and probably early spring, late spring or early summer, based on what we're doing right now.
Is there a lot of craziness going on?
Oh, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. These girls are just batty.
But are you and the cast members are getting along at least a little bit more now?
I get along with anybody, honey. They can do all that. I get along with anybody because I don't care.
Right.
I don't care about that.
Well, we thank you so much for this awesome interview. We know you have to go.
Oh, thanks for
You look
having
very
me.
stunning.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. MissPhaShunta, I'm here with Bianca. You look so lovely.
Thank
How
you.
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. This event is like so awesome. You and Dayy Bella did such a great job. How did you guys get started with this whole concept, this whole idea of Ladies Who's Brunch?
Well, we just decided we met at a local turkey giveaway in Atlanta, Georgia in 2013. And we just talked about what's being offered to women and what's not. And the concept of Ladies Who Brunch, women empowerment, women networking, women growing together wasn't around. So we just created that avenue for it.
Now, how did you guys figure out, okay, who's going to speak Friday, Saturday, and Sunday? How did you guys develop, like, okay, we want this person to come and speak and talking about this subject and that subject? And how did you guys figure that out?
Well, we determined, like, what did we need? Or what do you need as a businesswoman? You need a legal protection, so we got Adama. You need planning, so we got Maya. And how, if you are an online business, how do you create that into offline dollars? So we have Dayy, one of the founders of Ladies Who Brunch. And for Sunday, just based off of our social media presence, who they wanted to see and hear from. So that's what we did for our brunch.
I was talking to Maya earlier about women empowerment. What does that mean to you?
Uplifting, helping each other, being very transparent with each other, honest about what's going to work for us and what's not to me, and helping each other reach our goals. So that's what it means to me.
What has been your favorite part so far? So that's day 2. You have one more day left. So what has been your favorite so far?
Just getting the feedback, women being excited and just thanking, like, thank you for this opportunity, thank you for having this. I've met so many women, or I've been like, I'm ready to get to work. Just that positive vibe and a way for women to connect. That's the number one thing for me.
Now, I don't like to give people age, but you look super, super young. How old are you?
I'm not super young. I'm 29.
Really? You look fabulous, by the way.
Thank you.
And your hair business is like booming. It's like crazy. And how did you get started with that?
Well, that actually fell into my lap. I needed a side. I say hustle, for lack of a better word. And that's how I just introduced myself to the hair industry 5 years ago. But I learned through trial and error everything about hair. So it's not as though I grew up around hair or I'm licensed as a cosmetologist, but I definitely needed to make some more income 5 years ago. And that's how the hair company was born.
I was going to ask you that you attend school for hair. So I think you just kind of learned on your own.
I learned through
growing
trial
up.
and error, yep.
Well, you do it very, very well.
Thank you.
What advice would you give to those who want to go into the hair industry, into the beauty industry, which is kind of like scared and don't really know what to do the first step? Like, what advice would you give to them?
First step I would say is don't be fearful. Don't be overwhelmed by what you see across other various hair companies. Just definitely believe that you can make things happen for your brand and do it. You will make mistakes. It can be a little expensive, but as long as you overcome that through lessons learned through those mistakes, you'll be perfectly fine.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Now, my last question would be, what is your favorite motivational quote to live by?
Actually, I don't even have a motivational quote that I live by, but I just have a close relationship with Christ. So I live by Christ and all of the things He has provided for me. So that's my motivation each morning. I thank God.
Perfect answer. Thank you so much.
No problem.
I'm here with nationally published graphic designer, Miss Brittany Alexis Jones. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, you just spoke here at the Alexis Brunch. Now, how was that? Well, how was that experience for you?
It was a pretty awesome experience, just knowing that, last year I was the girl in the seat, trying to get my brand out there and trying to network with other women. And it's just a great feeling to know that I can actually, give back some insight on what I know.
There was actually a large crowd out there. I would definitely would say that. How did you prepare for your panel with the other ladies? How did you guys prepare? I know it's going to take some type of time and dedication.
Well, definitely. We actually spent long hours on the phone, for the past couple of nights. Then we also had like a little mini prep before we got on stage. But yeah, we spent long hours on the phone just planning and making sure we say everything that we need to say.
Now, we know you do graphics. We know you're great at it. But tell us about you. Where are you from? How old are you? And how did you get started with wanting to be a designer, graphic designer?
Well, I'm 22 years old. I am from Detroit, Michigan. West side, by the way. And I pretty much started on social media back in 2006, 2007, back when a website called Crushbot was out. And I would pretty much design my own pictures and design my own page. And a lot of people say, hey, can you design mine? I'm like, sure, And back then I was doing it for free because it was something that I loved to do. And I still love doing it, but I wasn't charging. And then it just pretty much evolved from there. More people would ask me, can you do an invitation? Can you do this? Can you do this? I'm like, anything's possible. So, I just started creating and I created.
And I have somewhat of a tricky question, kind of. It's like a stereotype going on in the world. To me, it feels like, with male and female graphic designers. Now, do you feel like it's harder for women to get more work? Graphic design work?
No, I think there's money out there for everyone. I think there's graphics out there for everyone. It's just all about figuring out what type of designer you want to work with. If you're a girly girl, if you're a really girly girl and you have a really girly girl brand, then you might come to me. But if you're looking for something more masculine or cars or whatever the case may be, you might want to check out a male graphic designer. So it just really depends on what it is that you're actually looking to have designed.
I feel like you put that so well.
Thank you.
I also wanted to ask you, what advice would you give to those who are up and coming graphic designers and who have no clue where to start and who were once in your spot a long time ago when you first started out?
I would say just keep doing what you love. Thoughts create things, and whatever you put out into the universe will manifest. So if you want to create and be a creator, then just create. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it, and whatever is meant for you and whatever is destined for you will happen.
And I know that doing graphic takes a lot of time. And do you ever get those moments where you're like, I'm just tired and I just have to take a break? How do you meditate to just get back into that working mood, I would say?
Well, I definitely do practice meditation. Sometimes I just take 30 minutes out of my day. I cut off my phone. I cut off my laptops and I just close my eyes and I just really meditate and then I just get back to it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. You
Thank
did such a great job.
Thank you.
How are you?
Good, I am good. How are you?
Awesome. How did you start
I fell into it. It wasn't something I thought I would do. I just kind of fell into it. I knew a lot of people in Los Angeles and I good business ethic and just started out.
So always, when you were growing up, have you always been a businesswoman?
But I always was. My mom always had me in something, no work, some project or something. So it just was kind of natural for me me to take on this one.
Speaking of next tour project, what's your favorite project you have worked on so far?
My favorite project I've worked on so far, most likely, is Toxic.
What's your favorite person you've worked with so far?
My favorite person I've worked with so far.
You can name about 3. You can name them. I think.
That's so hard. Wow, I'm not doing good at this. It's hard. Because I've liked all my clients for different reasons. But maybe also only because I've learned a lot from them. I've learned a lot.
When you do travel a lot, what's your favorite place you have been to or explored so far in your life?
You know what? I love water. I love any island. I love St. Lucia. I love St. Lucia. But I also love all cities. I love Atlanta, actually. I really, really genuinely like Atlanta. But I really like Miami and New York is my favorite places.
And I have to applaud you. You are so motivational. I would like to ask you, like, what advice would you give to someone who is like afraid to like go after their dreams right now? What advice would you give to them?
Pray, talk to God, make sure that's what you're supposed to do, what you want to do, and make sure you're doing it at the right time.
Make sure you guys pray.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you.
You're more than welcome.
We started off very small because we seen something that wasn't done. So we was like, let's, ladies like to eat and they like to get eat. So we was like, let's bring them in together and capitalize on the idea. So we created Ladies House.
What does women empowerment mean?
Women empowerment means everything. I'm all about girl power. I'm all about sisterhood. I'm all about uplifting each other because if we work together, we can really make things happen.
I love Bella Martinez. How's that going?
It's going pretty good. I haven't really been focused on it lately because I'm really focused on getting my deadline up and moving. So I just put it down.
And I was going to ask you, what do you really like working on?
Yes, I'm a Facebook here. Company called Chabot here. Empire, and also I was having a place in my house.
Now, are you guys going to take my college to brunch to a different area?
Absolutely, that's our goal. We're trying to go different states, international. We're trying to do it all. We're trying to strategize how we do it.
Well, you guys are doing very awesome. I'm going to continue to support you guys. How you great. I want to ask you, how do you manage to raise a mother at the same time?
I mean, you have to find time to balance, you know what I mean? Like, of course, it's work, but having a teenage daughter, I have to, it's very important to find the time to take the days to just focus on being
And what does women empowerment mean?
like, just girl power is important.
Thank you so much. I hope you have a good time.
Oh, thank you. How to use the husband book?
Yes, make sure you guys get that.
February 14th, how to lose the husband book.com.
Yes.
Being here means a lot to me because I like to see a lot of entrepreneurs. I like to see a lot of people investing into their future and wanting to grow and learn from other entrepreneurs. And I do the same thing. Like I read up on people that I inspire to be like, or have the type of success that I want to obtain. So I think like it's amazing. It's a million women
And what advice would you give to someone who's like scared to go out on their
I would say just do it. I mean, you can do the same result if you fail or if you don't do it. So you might as well do it. At least you got to really can. If you never try, automatically.
And how did you marry?
I know I had a lot of common sense. I think like running a business takes a lot of instinct and self-confidence. Like I have a rule that stick with my first line. Because once you start asking people questions and getting their opinions, then your opinion starts to sway.
My last question would be, what is women empowerment?
Women empowerment means everything. Like I love to see women being self-sufficient and providing for themselves and living out their dreams and doing what everybody says they can't do.
Well, but thank you so much. Thank you. How are you? Lovely. I'm wonderful. How are you? I'm awesome. I want to ask you, women, what is women empowerment?
Well, for me, women empowerment is also like girl power. I am big on women empowerment. The art of just being in a room full of people that are so powerful and that, including the people that weren't on the panel. But for me, I can see the potential of power in a room with as many women. So I'm all here for all things girl, and the fact that we can get into a place and come together and be cordial and cool and great and learn from each other, I think it's awesome. So that's what women empowerment is to me, and I'm glad that I can be a part of it. It's beautiful.
I was going to ask you, what does it take at the Ladies Room? What does that mean to you? Great job. Thank you. Like that. Thank you. What does that mean to you?
I was just honored. I was really honored. I know a lot of the ladies on the panel, so I was very honored and pleased to be able to speak with them and, you know, to hear their insights and what they bring to the table. Very honored that I thought they were all fantastic. I think that I've learned a lot. I learned a lot being that I am now branding myself differently and recognizing which will be coming up very, very soon. So it's going to be awesome. I'm excited to be here. I really am.
I was going to say, I see your Facebook working very, very hard. So you guys look out for her new business.
Ariane.
Yes. You guys,
I have a new
follow
blog
her.